Welcome back to Joe's RC Corner, and here we are with the completed UltraStick. So this is a E-flite UltraStick Mini, and if you've been following my previous videos, you've seen that basically the covering was looking pretty bad, and we went ahead and recovered this aircraft with a nice transparent red and blue, and also with white. Now the covering was from valuehobby.com. The LEDs are from valuehobby.com, and the covering is actually pretty decent covering for the price. You get really big rolls for only about $15 or so, and I've covered multiple models with the same roll of blue and red covering. So it's all done. It's ready to fly. We're ready to take it out to do its maiden flight. So we're looking for a really nice day that we're going to go ahead and take this out during the daytime first, get that first flight out of the way, make sure everything is trimmed out and ready to fly. And then maybe we'll take it out to the flying field in the evening, and we'll do a quick flight with the lights on and see how it looks in the air. Hopefully there's enough here to be able to tell left, right, up, down, and be able to go from there. So one thing that I did want to be able to do is I wanted to avoid having to plug in a balance lead for the LEDs or any other sort of type of plug on this aircraft because it's small enough we could throw it in the back of the car with the wing on. We can store it with the wing on. It's not very big. Doesn't take up a whole lot of space. So with that, I wanted to be able to turn those lights on and off without adding a new switch. So I have here in my hand, it's called it's a Turnigy receiver switch from Hobby King. So you can go ahead and visit hobbyking.com to purchase one of these. But this one here basically does not have, this one here does not have the covering on it. I pulled it off to save weight on another aircraft. But essentially it's got a receiver end that would plug into your receiver, just a regular servo plug, and then it has two bare wires on the other side, and these two wires will go in between your positive lead, so your power source would come in on one side and your load would be on the other. Your ground stays the same. And what this allows you to do is plug this into your receiver in any channel you want. I'm using my gear channel. And on my DX8G2, I have a switch right here that I can go ahead and turn those lights off in flight or turn them on in flight. So that's a very helpful thing. Just want to make sure you don't accidentally turn that off while you're flying at night, because that could be disastrous. But very quickly turn it back on if that does ever happen. So, but anyways, moving on. Everything is set up, ready to go. We have all the control surfaces are moving, and they're moving great. Got a lot of travel, and we're really looking forward to getting this aircraft out and get it out to the field and get some flights in on it. So stay tuned for that. Now my next project that I'm going to be working on in between my Super Chipmunk build that we just completed, and we are still tuning that airplane to get it exactly how we want it. But in between that, I have this new project here. This is what's called a Sonic binary, Sonic Models binary. Now the Sonic Models binary is a twin-motored FPV specific airplane. However, I'm going to be building this more as a sport model. The airframe is very reminiscent of a full-scale aircraft that has twin Rotax engines on it. I believe it's called the P2006. So we're going to go ahead and do some slight modifications to this airframe so that we can make it a sport model. I am not going to be installing a flight controller into this. It's going to be straight RC, just for a fun airplane. Now, one thing that's kind of neat on this is it's got some really cool little LEDs, tail tip lights, nav lights, and landing lights. So that'll be a really cool little project to have a little night dusk flying airplane. And one thing that's not really scaled that I think is going to be a really cool feature of this specific one that I'm building to get here is there's this really cool little hatch in the bottom. Now normally what they've designed this hatch for is to be able to mount a camera in the bottom here so you can do some aerial mapping with this. However, this is really cool, and I think what I'm going to be making this into is a little drop hatch. Maybe somehow hinging this on with a servo that I can hinge that open, as you can see. And if I can do that, maybe I can put some little candy drop or parachutists, something of that sort. Now these magnets are really strong, so if I do modify it for that, I will have to take those magnets out. But other than that, I think it's a really cool little airplane. And that's going to be in the next project that I'm going to be starting on probably next week or so. So keep an eye out for those next videos on this review of this aircraft as a sport scale model. And keep building, keep flying, and have some fun, guys. It's always about fun. So